Hey guys, it's Dalton. For people that have seen videos on this channel before, first of all, congrats. That's amazing that you sifted through these terrible videos so far. Um, and I just realized that even though I've posted several videos, I have never posted a video talking about myself and kind of where I'm coming from on stuff. So I thought I'd do that today. And for people that are watching for the first time, congrats. Yeah, you're going to be watching some terrible videos, so I hope that's okay. I'm mostly doing this for fun, just to see if this is something I want to do. Um, but in the meantime, I'm not really going to be editing videos or anything like that, so you're going to be stuck with this. This isn't like, horribly great quality or anything like that, but I hope it's still fun. So maybe I thought I'd do like kind of an overview of my life and maybe an overview of kind of my career in comedy and how I got started in that. So yeah, I'll do those two things. So to start out, I'm from Sparks, Nevada. If anyone knows where that is, that's right next to Reno. Uh, you know, not a great touristy town in my opinion, but I really, really like the place, and I lived there most of my life. I'm the fourth of six kids. I don't know if I said that already. Um, and yeah, I'm 26 years old, going on 27. I lived in Sparks until I was 18, 19. I went to BYU in Provo for a little bit. And then I went on a mission. I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I was in Lima, Peru for 2 years from when I was 19 till just after I turned 21. Um, and yeah, that was a great experience. I know Spanish now. That's weird. I like don't get a lot of chances to speak Spanish anymore, but I hope I don't completely lose that skill. I'll leave a link in the description below. A video just came out of like kind of a talk that I gave a while ago in Spanish, so that might be fun if you want to see that. Um, I actually graduated with a Spanish major. It turned out that was just like an easy major to get through. I was planning on being a teacher. So originally I was doing a social studies teaching major and then a Spanish minor. And then once I got the Studio C job, which you guys probably know me from Studio C, yeah, I decided to get out of college quicker so I could work full time there. So there's a Spanish degree there. I've been married to a wonderful woman named Stacy for 2 years now, just about 2 years. Um, Two to go? No, that's something that we say and it usually doesn't go over well as a joke. Um, yeah, we are planning to stay married, yes. Um, and yeah, that's, I think, most of it. Anyway, what got me into comedy was about sixth grade, I got really into comics and like comic strips for newspapers and stuff. I started drawing those, and I really thought like, man, this is gonna go somewhere. I've since looked back, and I'm sure you can imagine comics that a sixth grader writes. It was pretty bad. I had no idea at the time though. I was like, man, I am hot stuff. Um, and I really solidified my desire to be a cartoonist or someone that makes comics. I think in seventh grade, um, for like a project, I interviewed someone from one of my church congregations, Brian Crane, who makes the Pickles comic strip. If anyone's familiar with that, it's a great comic. And yeah, it just made me realize that that's something I can do. That's like a real job that like normal people have. He's like, yeah, he's a normal guy and he like does what he loves. I was like, that is awesome. I could totally do that. So from seventh grade on, for years and years, I tried and tried doing comics. I think starting in like eighth grade, I started sending out to magazines and to newspaper syndicates. Newspaper syndicates are what distributes comics out to newspapers. And I was like, man, they're lucky to have me. Obviously, I got turned down by all of those. And looking back, it is obvious why. Yeah, I needed to learn a lot in terms of both comedy and like art and logistics and marketing and all of those kind of things. And I still need to learn that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, I totally wasn't ready for that. My first, I guess, break in comedy was I think my junior year of high school. I finally sold a cartoon. It was to the New Era magazine. Um, I sold 2 comics for $20 each, which that was only a few years ago, so it was still about worth $20 each. Yeah, so it wasn't a big deal, but to me it was. That was like perfect concept. I was like, I can totally do this. Um, and I think that same year I did stand up for the first time, and that was like a really cool experience for me. I did it at a talent show called Mr. Raider at my high school, um, and I did not win. The following year I did it again, did another stand-up routine. I was a little bit better at it, and I did win actually. So that was like another cool proof of concept for me. I can like there are different things in comedy that I can do. But yeah, I still wanted to have a comic strip, and I think there are so many reasons why that would be like the dream. You just make a joke a day essentially, and you just draw little cartoon people and make a joke. That's awesome. But yeah, newspapers are dying out. As it turns out, I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. So yeah, that hasn't really turned out, and I am okay with that at this point. But yeah, in high school, that would have been devastating for me to hear. Um, but yeah, after I came back from my mission, 2015, came back, did BYU in earnest. There was a second when I thought I was going to be a doctor, and like I worked in my dad's office for a while. I was like, man, I'm not cut out for this. So I figured that teaching would be more of an opportunity for me to like showcase my skills a little bit, and that could be an opportunity for me to like even tell jokes in front of a class and stuff, and then do comics on the side. And in the meantime, I thought at BYU I would try out for the stand-up group there. The stand-up group is called Humor U, and they do a great job. I really love their stuff. And before I ever heard about like what to do to get into Humor U, I found out that Divine Comedy, which is a sketch group at BYU, was holding auditions one of the first weeks of the fall semester. I was like, yeah, I may as well try that too. I've been to a Divine Comedy show before, and I thought they did a great job. Yeah, I just had never done sketch though, so I wasn't sure. And as my audition piece, I was accepting an award as the parking policeman of the year for BYU, and that was kind of like a relevant topic, and still is really. That's like the parking police are controversial, let's say, at BYU. They were pretty gung ho about what they do. So that went over pretty well, and to my surprise, I made it in the group, and that was awesome. Yeah, so made it in the group. I was there for 3 years, and yeah, so that was most of my college experience was with Divine Comedy, and it was awesome. Most of my favorite stuff, or a lot of my favorite stuff that I've done, ever since I started sketch, really was with Divine Comedy. Like it was just such like specific jokes. I could say like a building on campus and everyone would know what I'm talking about. That's so specific, and that's so weird. And it was like very low expectations, and we're just like random college kids, and other random college kids went to see this show that they're like, I don't know if it's any good. So like we could only like exceed their expectations, which is a wonderful feeling. And that's not to say that like Studio C isn't great. I love being able to do things with a budget, like with actual money and stuff put behind it. But expectations are a lot higher with that, rather than just like, yeah, I'm gonna just toss on a wig and go on stage. That's pretty low expectations. And yeah, so I really loved that feeling, and it felt like really homegrown and just like kind of free, kind of loosey-goosey, which I really liked. I think about a semester into doing Divine Comedy, I took a sketch writing class from Matt Meese, and that was really good. That really helped me solidify like kind of how a sketch should work and structure behind it. So that was really good. And about a year and a half into doing Divine Comedy, I got a call from Matt, and this was totally random. But he was like, "Hey, do you want to be on Studio C? Like, just try it out for a year." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like coming to terms with like not being able to do comedy as a career. So that was like that was amazing. That was life changing to me. I didn't go into Divine Comedy thinking that that was even an option to be on Studio C, because I figured like, and you may know that the original cast for Divine Comedy, or for Studio C, was in Divine Comedy before, but I always figured it was just their show. You know, I didn't know that they were thinking about rotating the cast or anything like that. But luckily enough, lucky for me, they wanted to give me a shot. So yeah, I've been doing Studio C for about 4 years now. And that's totally changed my life. It's been awesome. And yeah, you may know that the original cast for Studio C left to do JK Studios, and I'm really proud of them for doing that. That's a big leap to take. And luckily enough for me, they let me stay on Studio C, or management at BYU TV let me stay, and wanted to keep the show going. So I hope you guys still like the show. We're trying out a lot of new different things, and we're trying out a lot of new things each year. But yeah, I really, really enjoy this new cast. I really enjoyed the old one, and that's kind of my career in comedy so far. I'm doing YouTube right now, but that's not really something that I'm banking on right now. I hope you guys like these videos. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything different. But for now, this is just for fun. That's kind of why I'm not editing these things, and why I don't have like a lot of fancy equipment. I'm just shooting this on my phone, as you can clearly see. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see in the future, and I hope this was helpful and interesting for you guys. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you later.